Here we are at the Pacific East Coast Model Railway. This is my model railway. It's not built on any particular prototype, as you'll find out. Most of the rolling stock in this railway is from America, but the railway itself is in Australia, hence its name, the Pacific East Coast. All the railways in Australia were, or pretty well all of them, were government owned, but this one is privately owned by me. As you can see, it's only small and it only uses very short wagons, so it's not very modern. Over here we have a huge loco depot under construction. Down there is the goods shed, and the goods yard serving the town of the junction. This is the station for the junction here. And the junction station is named because it's a junction with the Tall Timbers branch line. Oh, who's that in there? Oh, looks like somebody I've seen on TV. Anyway, yes, this is the branch line going up the hill here, and it ends up at this place called Tall Timbers. Tall Trees, actually. At the moment the line has suffered a bit because the zigzag portion over there to the left of the lighthouse is missing. There's a little staging area underneath there behind that big concrete wall, and I need to do some work there. Over in the distance here is the town of Churchill. There's a passenger train in the station, quite a lot going on, and church up on the hill next to the bushel sign. I'm going to do a little operations run here, let you know how I play with my trains, and we'll start in a few seconds. Got a diesel coming around, 383, and it's going to drop off a couple of box cars and pick up a couple too. Here he comes. You can see the signal behind just changing. The road behind it's clear. Here he comes into the junction now. Now these two box cars here, the two reddish ones, they're going to be dropped off. They're going to go down to the goods shed down there, and the two that are in the goods shed have been filled up, so they'll be coming back. Unfortunately, someone's left a flat car in the way, so we'll have to shuffle around that and put it back. So we start by uncoupling our two box cars here. And a bit hard to see, but using the bamboo skewer to undo the couplings. And we'll pull forward. A little bit of room to go up the head shunt here, or up the branch rather. Yeah. The points are electrically operated. This one's a slow motion machine called a tortoise. Very slow motion. Locomotive shunting now, of course there's a 20k speed limit in the yard. These locomotives all have inbuilt inertia. Perfect coupling there. See if that coupled. Yep. There we go. Little 5 wagons. Make sure we've cleared the points. Yep. Switchback. One of the problems backing down the hill with the sprung couplings is sometimes they jerk a bit. It's not too bad, just a little bit of jerking there. See how we go here. Stop way too short. Clunk. Perfect. Now these two brown ones, the Hershey's and the graffitied one, have got to stay. We've got to uncouple this using our skewer. Still haven't mastered this. I think I'd mastered this. There are magnets around the place for uncoupling as well. They're not always in the right place. So now we'll pull forward, but we've got to get that flat car the other side of these two. So we should be able to do that just here in this little section of track here. Can't do it there because the points will be underneath it. Once we get up to there, we can throw that point and come back. Yeah, we're just going to leave this little black box car, flat car, on this short section here, and we can run around it. So, oh no, I've got to get that skewer again. There we go. Uncoupled, pull forward. Should be some tooting going along with this, like that. There's a sign up on the branch, that little white sign says limit of shunt, which is supposed to lead the maximum distance they can go. Now we can back around this. And you can see we can go around. And we'll drop these two box cars just here. We can push them all the way up, then we'd have to go all the way back up there, back here to get this flat car. So we'll just stop here, pull out the dreaded skewer. We're on a bit of a curve here, so it'll be even more difficult. Oh no, worked easily. Make a lie around it. We can go forward. Appears to be a bit of a downhill run there. Oh well, might be manual intervention there. Throw that point again. Come back and get this. Clunk. Now, through the magic of television, no matter what I do, we throw these. Then what I'm going to do is push this flat car back. Now, what I can do here, instead of having it coupled, I have it preset to uncouple, because I'm only going to push it. So by presetting it to uncoupled, or delayed action I think is the term that the manufacturers use, you can see they're still touching and I still push the train. And as long as I keep pushing, they'll stay coupled. As you saw, this is a little bit of an uphill, so that's alright. We will, however, couple onto these two. Because they're so free rolling, it didn't couple, but once we push them all the way back, through the wiggles, there we go, they're coupled now. So we're going to push this train all the way back up to the goods shed and stop it in time, hopefully. Got those box cars right outside the shed. And because we've got the coupling in the delayed position, we should be able to leave those carriages there. Oh, look, it worked. Come back and couple onto our train. With two box cars, two new box cars now. Another tortoise operated point here. Back her up. This time we'll couple up. Now, as you can see, when I set up the signalling system, I've got a signal here, this one here, for the platform, but I don't really have a signal for the sideline that this train is. I do at that end. I have semaphore signals at that end, but not at this end. Part of the reason was the 2 points. A bit of a nuisance as far as fitting anything in. So we have this little low down shunt signal. However, I think we're getting a train coming the other way. You can see that's gone green, but it shouldn't have. Part of the deal with my cheap homegrown signalling system, it really doesn't cope with opposing moves until the train gets close enough. So at the moment a train could leave on the main line, but we're not going to do that. We're going to bring in a train from the other end of the layout, from Churchill. And there it is, way over there, just leaving Churchill. Not sure if this is focused yet. Here he comes. Set it up for automatic whistling and stuff. All that just signalling, and there is a bell as well. All that happens automatically. You see the signal is now at the red. And our train can... Now, in order for this train to leave, just need to change these points here, and when that happens the little red light goes out, so we can start off locomotive 383, this one. And he's got his new boxcars ready to depart. Someone's at the door. And our train now proceeds on in the opposite direction to the passenger train. Now this passenger train is a bit of a mix. It's got the Bachmann 440 at the front. It's a Bachmann Richmond, number 106, obviously. Behind it is a Klondike River from the White Pass and Yukon Railway. I bought that in Alaska. Next is a Canadian Pacific passenger car, which I bought in Canada, another part of Canada, yeah. Third car is an Overland Pacific or Overland Dispatch. I've had that since I was about 20. And the last car is a Gory and Defeated caboose. Gory and Defeated was a very famous model train layout in America run by a fellow called John Allen in California, and he was honoured by them making some rolling stock in his name, or in the name of his railway. This one I've put lights in, the caboose. If I select number 9, I can turn off various lights in the car by going, I turn off that one, and turn on the carriage lights, and I can turn on red lights at the back, or turn them off again. I like to run it with that, like that. These passenger cars are yet to get metal wheels and pickups, so I can put lights in those. Now, we just better get ready for this train to depart. You can see we've got 2 red signals, but by changing this we should get a green. Signal's ready to go. And we can let our locomotive take off. Release the brake. Well, that's basically the end of the operations demonstration. It's one of the scenarios that I can follow through. There's quite a few others that I can use. There's another branch to the quarry. That's this little area here. It's usually only one coal truck. And over a bit further, where the little monitor is a cattle yard. There can be a cattle car, usually this black one here, another quarry and defeated wagon that goes to the cattle yard. We have a little branch line loco over there, and as you can see, in the time between taking pictures, I've roughly put in the missing piece of the tall trees branch line zigzag. So you can see that there's been a plane crash over there. That's the very infamous Wineglass Ridge, where some of you who've been watching my channel for some time might remember the disaster with the wineglass falling over and breaking, and a lot of very tiny people were injured in that. The last thing I want to show before I finish up, obviously we've got the lighthouse over there, but of course lighthouses don't really show their full advantage except at night. So I'll show you the night scene by just switching off the lights. And here you can see the signals, the lights. Over there on the horizon of the ocean there's a few flickering lights. And the signals of course work. Around here in the town you can see the street lights, etc. I just need to turn off my other light here. There we go. A rather magical fairyland at night time. There's the city. Even if you can see there's an old PMG phone box over there too. And just a dull glow around here, around the loco depot. Signalman is in his signal box. It is also lit up, as is the platform here. Like most platforms, dimly lit in between the lights, but they've installed new fluorescent lights in under there where that celebrity seems to still be standing, yes. Okay, of course up in the bush you don't see much. There is a little bushfire flickering here. Okay, that's about it for me. Thanks for watching. Leave your comments and I'll see you next time.